Hey YouTube, it's Prep for Life, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about gun safety, specifically safes. I get asked a lot when I talk with people about having a firearm in the house. Maybe they're just getting into it, they're looking at something for self-defense. Inevitably, almost every single time, the topic comes up about, well, I've got kids, it kind of freaks me out about having a firearm in the house. And every single time I bring up the topic of, there's a lot of safe options out there, as you can see. Things that make a firearm readily accessible, but keep access away from the little ones. But I wanted to go over some of the options that I've found over the years, some of the things that I've used, and a few months ago I picked up a new toy that I wanted to review on this video. So my DAC Sport Safe, I think I got this back in the day, several years back, for about 50 bucks on Walmart's website, to be honest with you. And I've paid the price for that. So it's one of those where, as you can see, I've got easy access to a keypad up top, and that worked for maybe a year or two. And now, even changing the batteries does not necessarily get that working. Nowadays, I just use it as a key. I keep a key in a safe place, and I will lock one of my pistols in there. Safes like this usually come with like little things that you can drill in so you can actually mount it someplace safe. They're made to be portable as well. There's pluses and minuses. Usually these are a good starter safe for something in the house, but again, you get what you pay for, as I've found out with this one the hard way. I do find that some people will, use the original box. That's up to you, based on the local laws that you have. That may be an option, but again, that's like ultra cheap. That comes with the gun, and if somebody really wants to get in there, they're going to get in there. And then up until recently, as far as travel needs, I have used one of these. These are relatively inexpensive. I keep a cord wrapped around, underneath the seat of my car, so that if I ever have to go into like a federal building, like a courthouse or an airport or something, where even with my concealed permit, I'm prohibited from actually carrying a firearm, I can quickly take it out, lock it in here, and it's, I put the cable through, lock it in, and that's done. I think I picked this up for like 30 bucks. 20, 30 bucks, something like that. It's also been my go-to when I travel, because I can lock a pistol in here with some spare mags and toss it into my suitcase as I travel. I recently came across a company called Vaultek. If you've seen any of the advertisements for Vaultek, they're not cheap, but they are a little bit higher end. So I thought, it's worth the risk. I'm going to go ahead and invest the extra money into one of these and see how it works. Now, obviously, if you've seen the channel, I had a back injury, which prolonged my testing of this, but I've had the benefit of using this safe now daily, even multiple times a day for over 6 months. And I have to say, I absolutely love it. Now, Vaultek makes several different models to accommodate your needs, your travel desires, to really kind of fit your lifestyle. And I ended up going with the VT20i, the I meaning that you have an included fingerprint sensor. And I kind of found this to be a good middle of the road. I wanted a safe that is going to kind of replace the use cases for the others that I just showed you, and kind of be a midway. After using this now for such a long time, I can tell you this is not going to be the last Vaultek safe that I own. Now, it's not small, it's not light. Coming in at 11.5 inches by 9 inches, you're almost about 3 inches thick, but in terms of weight, you're just over 7 pounds. I think it's 7.2 pounds exactly. And so this thing definitely has some heft to it. But what I wanted was a good all-around safe that's going to meet every single one of those use cases. I wanted something that I could actually, as you can see here with the holes, that I could screw down as a permanent fixture into my home, but at the same time take traveling with me. If I wanted to take, let's say, even multiple firearms, load it into a suitcase, and it's going to meet all the TSA and airline requirements that I would have to travel with this. I love that it also has the car use case as well. So this safe is going to come with a steel cable, as very similar to what you're going to find with these little cases. A little bit thicker. It's perfect. What I do right now, instead of screwing it down because I have multiple uses, I have it wrapped around a secure location of my house so that somebody can't just come in, grab the safe, and run off. They'd actually have to have some cable cutters. But then if I want to, I can just drop it in the car, take it on a road trip with us, and it's easy access. Again, quick, easy access to a loaded firearm. It comes in with a refined quality. You can tell that Vaultek has taken their time in the design of these, so it doesn't just look good. I think it's well put together. This thing has been completely solid during the time that I've used it. As you can see, you can get it in multiple colors. I had to go with the urban camo. I think it just looks awesome. You may call me redneck, that's fine. And it offers several options as far as opening the safe and getting to my firearm. So not just your typical fingerprint sensor, as you're gonna see from other safes out there, especially the cheaper versions. You have a keypad. As you notice, as I touch there, it lights up. It's intuitive, it knows I'm coming. You also have hard key entry right here. As I open that up, I'm gonna have a way to get into that safe. Assuming each of these electronic methods die, I still have a way in. And lastly, and what I really love, is you have an option for an app on the smartphone. The app even goes a little bit one step further. Not only does it let you open the safe, it's gonna give you the battery level for the safe. It's gonna give you a tamper alarm, a history log. Now, as you probably heard me mention, this is a battery operated safe. I've had to charge the battery maybe once, so it's very, very efficient. You're running on, I believe, an 18650 battery. And aside from the typical hiccups you might expect from a fingerprint reader, it's been almost flawless. Now, maybe I'm just spoiled by the biometric fingerprint reader that I have on my smartphone. I didn't expect to have that level of functionality within a gun case, but I will say that this is definitely coming in much better than a lot of the low-end fingerprint readers you're going to find on some of the more budget safes out there. I found that if I use a familiar kind of reference point as I record my fingerprint into the software, I know that it's going to open for me more reliably as I use it going forward, because I know I'm going to take that same fingerprint position as I typically unlock the safe. Beyond that, I have read a lot of complaints on the cheaper safes when I was shopping for this. Complaints about other people being able to unlock a safe when you've never put their fingerprint in. That's a huge issue to me, and that's why I wanted to go for a higher end safe, somebody who's put more consideration into their design. So I've tested it with several members of my family, with friends. I've never had an issue with this opening up for somebody who hasn't had their fingerprint put in. The app I found to be very good, but it's not a great way to unlock the safe itself, because it does take several seconds each time to pair with the safe individually as you open up the app. The app itself is secure. You're going to put in a fingerprint combination. For those of you familiar with Android devices, in the earlier days, that was the entry method. Very similar to that, and again, it takes so long to get in that I typically find using the app to open the safe as kind of a last resort. If I'm already in there checking it, I may just slide to open and get in that way. As far as speed and reliability for opening the safe, I think it's really a toss-up between the fingerprint reader and the keypad. The keypad, as you've probably seen, has a backlight to see it in the dark. It has a consistent tactile feel and almost no lag in opening this case. So I can put a nice long combination in there, but still get to my firearm in a matter of seconds. And then last of all would be the keyed entry. It takes longer to get your keys and actually get to the firearm. So it's not my primary entry, but I keep them in a safe place, and again, have them around as kind of a fallback in case all the electronics are gone. Maybe my battery's dead. I haven't charged it in a while, but it's nice to know that I have that as a backup. You've got a micro USB charging port. You don't have to take the battery out. I can just, every few months, plug this in, give it a charge, and I'm ready to go. So overall impressions with this safe. Vaultek is not cheap, but I don't think that the money is wasted. Vaultek is clearly a well put together safe. The options are outstanding, and the design just looks awesome. Now, there are more economical options. There are certainly more expensive options, but for example, with most of the smaller models, you can get them without the fingerprint reader and just do a keypad to save a little bit of money. If cost is a consideration, still get the quality and the overall aesthetics of the Vaultek. Absolutely recommend, hands down. It's sturdy, well built, and having had cheaper safes break down and lose functionality over the years, for me, it's worth putting more money into a nicer, more reliable product when it comes to the safety of my family. My kids or visitors can't get to my firearm, but I'm able to get to a fully loaded firearm within a matter of seconds when seconds count. I hope you found this video useful. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and definitely hit that notification button at the bottom to be notified when we come out with new content. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time.